2 because Procore wins again. I'm gonna do it then. I'm gonna test my hotkeys here real quick. So sorry for jumping really quick. All right, on her, Bastet, Rock, Guan, Freya, Vamana, Hebo, Agni, Hades, Artemis. Okay, cool. So stick around and we'll be giving it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the viewer list into random.org, and top 2 people I'll send it to them in a personal message in Twitch. So that's how it's going to end up going down. And then later, my plan is to hopefully cast every Monday, and I'll eventually give away one of my Turtle Beach headsets, and I'll give away some more gem codes, and then I'll give the last headset. I have 2 Turtle Beach headsets I'll be giving away, and hopefully by then I will have some more stuff. So again, if you guys could, just make sure to scroll down, follow me on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook to get the most up-to-date information. And if any of you are so kind as to donate, I will be putting all of the money I get on here towards putting out more giveaways for people. So thank you again for the support. And yes, it is going to be Takidi mid on her versus Artemis.
Okay, so I'll point out exactly where I was wrong here. I think they opted to go with the Hades and Agni left lane, probably expecting what I was expecting with the frickin' what is her name, Freya on her lane. That being said, they obviously switched it up on us. It looks like Barbaric's going to be going a really heavy AD Freya, already starting with Executioners too. Now that I think about it, I've seen him do this before, so this makes sense.
So going to 80 Freya, you've seen that before. That's what you're saying.
And I'm not at all surprised by the Artemis mid. I've been running it myself, so I know it works.
And so what changed? Because Artemis mid was kind of scoffed at early beta.
It definitely was, and then Hand of God changed, and it gave her a lot of sustain, a lot of power.
Oh, right, it completely increases her push power.
Yeah, and then they buffed her again with the boar, but don't worry, next patch we'll never see it again.
Oh, because of the change to HOG?
Yeah.
And yeah, I believe the change is it's what is it again? It doesn't actually give you the health on hit, and I can't remember this.
I think it just gives you damage resistance to big jungle creeps, which is kind of dumb. I think if you're gonna give it creep resistance, just give it creep resistance to all neutrals or like spawn creeps. And we got some action, so take over because I'm bad at this.
No, it's alright. They ended up just disengaging. If they stayed fighting, I would have grabbed it from you. But they're just going to exchange auto attacks and end up going back. And pretty passive game so far. And where do you expect to see the action early? I'm guessing the Hebo Volmana is just going to...
No,
you think it's going to be there?
Yeah, it's going to be there. When you have a Bastet on one side and a Hebo on the other, something is going to happen.
And as you say that, Hebo comes in and harasses a bit and has the meditation, so is back up. The slow just missing from Zapman, and they're just going to heal back up. So good sustain here in that lane, and yeah, it's a lot of feeling out right now. Takidi taken to about half in mid. Is going to be able to, I think, outpush this Artemis, but... Oh, go ahead.
That's another thing to note. That lane, I think, once the prop buffs has already gone down, I think the first person to slip up in that lane is going to suffer a death. Easy.
And you just mean overextending a little bit, or miss a
overextending
spell?
Or bad positioning, but you really got to watch your positioning versus on her. It's very easy to get pinned into that wall, and then you're pretty much done for.
Right, absolutely, especially with Artemis not having escape.
Yeah.
But, however, her ult will cancel his pretty quick. The whoop coming out, though, from Freya. The slow now, too. And there's the stun that we talked about. Freya using her ult is on her. Going to ult just auto-attacks and gets the first blood. Barbaric get it on Freya. So that was a good call there coming out in mid. It did come from a gank. But, yeah, they decided to rotate over. And I'm surprised, though, that a call didn't come out because he had been missing for a while, Barbaric, being Barbaric on Freya. And it had just been a Natalie over here kind of solo farming, so I thought for sure they would be a little more cognizant of that coming.
It might have been a forgotten call for a while. She actually wasn't that far pushed up. She got hit with the initial whoop, right?
Yes, she did. Yeah,
She did, and then she ate the stun as well too. Or did it not happen?
No,
I'm
the
not sure.
stun missed. However, the pillar. She was right on top of that pillar.
The pillar didn't matter. I'm actually kind of surprised she walked in circles the way she did. I think if
on
she
her in a bit of trouble, able to leap away. Okay, not gonna come of it. Okay, so sorry.
No, that's fine. I think if she would have broken just straight towards the tower instead of trying to walk circles around them, she may have gotten away. I want to say a lot of the damage that came out there wasn't from the honor, but was from the Freya ult. I don't think he was actually hitting with much. And she did have a trap hidden somewhere under the sand pillar. I think it wound up Freya hitting it, but I think if she'd have placed that maybe slightly to the left, it would have stopped Honor's chase as well. I'm really kind of surprised she, especially with the CC immunity, she chose to pretty much walk herself in circles, just trying to dodge auto attacks at point blank.
Maybe what she was trying to do, I mean, we have no idea. Oh, actually, we're going to have a bit of action stun coming out. Hades taking a bit of harassment here from Guan Yu, and now Freya going to come in and join the mix. I'm sure we're going to see Hades ult any second. The ult from Freya doing quite a bit of damage. Is going to use the immunity. Now the ult from Guan Yu. There's the Hades ult following up. Tries to dash through, doing a bit of damage. And are they going to be able to get the kill? Guan Yu taking out very low. Whoop! Agni dashing through now, and Hades going to dash away. Is Freya going to be able to get her ranged attacks here any second? The green buff, though, doing a good job, and Agni actually getting the kill on Guan Yu. Hades able to avoid a lot of those auto attacks, but there's the spear from Onher, and Onher will get that kill, so ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange. So still, it's going to be Procore with a 1-kill lead and a 500 gold lead, so still very, very tight. And now, actually, I feel like Onher is really going to start taking off from this Artemis because his spear can push the lane. And I could see his farm really taking off now.
She'll still be able to farm with minimum drawback. She may not be able to respond to his movements quite so quickly, but she'll definitely still be able to farm, no problem. I'm kind of surprised that fight happened the way it did. When I initially saw Freya ult, I thought, well, she's done it too soon. She's just going to get Hades ulted on top of this. But I guess Agni wasn't in a position to follow up if that did happen. Or maybe Hades' ult was down, because I'm really surprised that they didn't just immediately go for her instead of waiting on the Guan. Like, she had time to completely walk away from that fight and come back in.
Yeah. You're talking about the Freya able to... Yeah, absolutely.
Like, as soon as she went into the air, I had the thought that it was well premature, that she was just going to get counter-ulted for it, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I was expecting that too, and yeah, it might have been on cooldown. He did end up ulting in that fight. Guan Yu ended up using his ult right about the second hit. Hades used his ult. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly if it was on cooldown or what. Actually, though, Hebo taking a bit of damage. The cats are going to come out. The 2 is on him, so the cats will focus. Zapman trying to get as much damage, but Hebo able to burst it down pretty quick. Auto attacks coming out. Ra getting a bit of damage put into there. Hebo going to ult through, taking down very low. There's the final blow coming out by Wigbeaner, and now auto attacks. Ra is able to hit that ult and is going to get the double kill as Wigbeaner, who was it? That was Xing taken out on that Vomana, so very good job.
Xing had a great play there, a great save at the start there by handing the cats. That's what kept Allied alive so long. I
didn't even see that.
Yeah,
I was wondering how they went down so quick.
Yeah, he was porting out, and he stopped the port to come and hand them to give him a way out. I honestly, I felt like that fight could have gone either way. I'm not sure if maybe I wasn't paying enough attention as I should have been to what was hitting and what was missing. Maybe there was some misspells on probably on Allied's part, but for the most part, I honestly did not know who was going to win that fight after the turnaround.
Yeah, it was extremely tight that whole time, and it just seemed like all of a sudden it was just a little bit more damage coming out. Actually, though, oh man, just missed it. It's coming over there. And Natalie going to pick up another kill on her, getting taken down very low. He's going to be able to get out of here. Artemis giving chase. The auto attack's just missing, and good slow there now. Ra going to slow too. The heal coming down. A lot of damage coming out, and Artemis is going to get taken out. So good turnaround in support here from Procore, really knowing the limits of their gods, and now he's able to pick up that yellow, the yellow buff, that protection, And Takadi is sitting at 4,900 gold, actually just about to hit 5,000, just under. And Artemis is sitting at 45, so 500 gold lead, doing pretty well. Ooh, slow onto Vomana. Is she going to follow up? There's the 2. A lot of damage coming out, saving the dash. There it is. No auto attack follow-up. He thought he had the kill. There it is. However, putting himself a bit deeper than he had wanted. Hebo going to come in, slows, knocks up, but going to push Zapman away, and it looks like Zapman will be able to get out. And now a 7-1 kill lead in the favor of Procore Gaming with a 3,000 gold lead.
Yikes, that is a huge gold lead for 10 minutes in the game. Yeah, as far as that one auto attack goes, that could have went very bad for him. He's calculating that. Thankfully, Allied wasn't just a little bit closer, or else he'd probably be dead now for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, one or two steps could have made that difference, and just a little minor miscalculation could have been a huge change in the outcome of that, but ends up not. So lucky for him. And I don't know if you saw that there, Hebo having to use his ult to get away from Guan Yu. I would say you got to be okay with the fact that Hebo's going to use his ult just to get away.
Yeah.
That's a very scary ult to deal with.
Hebo has, well, even I think Allied is okay with using that ult, because now the Guan ult's down on top of that, which in my opinion is scarier than the Hebo ult, because it's a large amount of CC. It actually does pretty decent damage.
Ooh, stun coming out though from Agni. Gonna get whooped and walked away. Sorry, never mind.
That's fine. Ooh, really waiting for him to follow
good kill
up.
by Zapman. Gonna dash away too, and the action might be following up. Agni finally gets that kill onto Freya. Vomana gonna be taking a lot of damage here. 3 players do get the kill, and so now 9-2. And still with that 3,000 gold lead, 2 players rotating over. However, a little too late. Procore Gaming looking very dominant, and I'm not sure if you remember what you were saying. My apologies for cutting you off there again.
I completely fine. I wasn't saying anything that important. I was just going to add on top that Hebo has a lot of good sustained magic damage without his ult.
Oh, true. His one, I mean, is a huge portion of his damage. Seems like a lot of times the Hebo ult is more for AoE damage slash kind of that last hitting or burst.
CC dodging.
Yeah. It's a little bit more utility, so yeah, it seems the 2-in-1 combo is really what tends to be so devastating.
Yeah, definitely.
And unfortunately here, Laziz and the rest of Juice Gaming here, or Laziz and Juice Gaming, with their backs against the wall. We talked about this a little bit last time, but what would you say needs to be done to come back from this deficit here? It's 3,000 gold, and oh, they're about to get Gold Harpy here. A lot of damage come out. They do finish it. The whoop onto Vomana. Vomana going to be a little bit out of position. On her now, jumping in, is going to knock him up. Hebo ulting away. However, Guan Yu able to get that slow. Bastet jumping in on her, getting a double kill with his ult, and it's now 11-2, a 5,000 gold lead after the 2 kills in the gold. And
this is
back to my original question.
really dire for them right now.
Absolutely.
Now, I was going to say they need to try and find an opportunity to take that gold, and then they just got snatched out from under them. As Artemis maybe going down? No. CC Immunity is probably going to save her.
Absolutely is.
They really needed to snatch up that gold Fury, but now they're even worse for wear. And they're doing very poorly on the level spectrum. I mean, they still have 2 level 9 players. The lowest level on PcG is pretty much their dedicated support here, with Anatoly on Guan level 10. So even the person who's typically going to have the least farm and least ability to get farm on that team has got more levels than a lot of the damage of Juice. I'm just noticing myself. This was Xing and Allied here. The Vomana, which you really want a Vomana fed. I mean, I don't think it's going to matter so much on him because of the fact that he's Vomana, and we all know I think Vomana's OP. But having Hebo get this far behind, even with the amount of damage that Hebo can put out, he's gonna be hurting to find a way to use it without getting blown up.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, and Just kind of a random, senseless plug here for myself. I know Hi-Rez Bart is in here again. Appreciate you coming out. But one thing I've talked about since the beginning of me casting this is I really would like to be able to see the actual like XP counters or something for the team, so you knew how far they were behind, because that would be so nice. Sometimes it's hard to tell, you know, like one person's really high, a couple are low, and really ends up being even. And so, oh wow, actually I just realized Ra has got a heavenly agility, so can move extremely fast with his speed buff. But yeah, so Hi-Rez Bard, if you could put in a plug, I would love to be able to see the XP scores for the teams. That'd be so nice. So what would you? I don't know if I actually ended up getting the full. Oh, actually, they'll whoop onto Agni. The slow now coming out, able to avoid the stun. Hebo gonna knock up Freya using her ult, and it looks like everyone will be kind of falling back. No real action coming of that. But oh, there's. Oh, I thought Guan Yu was gonna finish that off. The stun though onto Agni, just harassing a little bit, and not gonna really be able to finish this off.
That could have been very bad.
Guan Yu gonna use his ult. Hebo is gonna get stunned. There's the Ra ult. Great communication, and he's gonna get out. So great pick off. Anytime you can kill. Wow, Hebo only has a level 3 spear. I just noticed that.
Yeah, he's really far behind. He probably could have ulted away there, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if it just came up at that second hit, but as the second hit landed, I looked at his nice little blue diamond and I saw it was up. That he's so far behind now. He's gonna be trouble to get back in. I was gonna say Lassus was lucky he didn't die there, because he made the same mistake that Allied made in the first game in trying to harass on the back foot, and he almost paid for it. But luckily he got out, and of course Allied died again because he's just having a bad day with this.
Yeah, it's just really. I mean, somebody said in the chat it's just really one-sided, and it is kind of looking that way right now. And if you did answer this, I'm sorry, I've completely forgotten. But did you say what you felt was the best way for them to come back? Because it seems like, I mean, now they're at an 8,000 gold differential, which seems insurmountable at 16 minutes, 14-2.
I'm really kind of hard-pressed to find a way for them to get back into this. They're not doing too bad as far as towers go. I mean, they obviously they're behind there too, but they have a lot of towers that that could really be knocked down in one push. They need to find some way to help Allied get back into this.
Maybe if they can steal this Fire Giant would be the only chance. Agni, though, getting whooped and dashing away. If Freya going to use her ult now, and everybody's converging. Artemis taking a bit of damage. Best. That is going to slow, and they did get the Fire Giant. Wow, so Procore Gaming now with Fire Giant does get a kill on her using the ult. Gets the kill onto Artemis, and there's the good game. So, yeah, unfortunately not able to really come back.